Hi, hi. Today I'm going to be talking through my goals for the upcoming quarter, and I will also go through the first week's Monday report. And if you're unfamiliar, this space is Grow Gently with Me, where we grow together at an intentional pace with ASMR instead of overstimulation. I softly speak about personal growth and self-directed learning. And while you're here, please provide care and understanding to others in this space. You're doing your best in this moment, and whatever that looks like, it's enough. So it's been a while since I even looked at my goals with my both me and my cat being sick for so long, and different times too. Well, not my cat, just me, but different times for me and like really long times too, so like a couple weeks each time. But with both of us being sick, I haven't really worked toward any of the goals that I had set in February and March of earlier this year, and I didn't even set any for this last quarter, which is April, May, and June. I was just kind of existing, and that was actually really nice. But it's summer and I'm energized and I want to get into creating and doing. So I really wanted to put these goals together, and I'm using the OKR framework that I've talked about before. I'll link whatever videos are relevant for you to learn about OKRs that I've made down below. But yeah, I'm excited to start doing everything. I kind of worked with AI, Claude, which I talked about in my last video, to figure out what I wanted my objectives to be. I kind of gave it like a bunch of information and asked it to ask me questions. So I use it as like a sounding board, but then I just do whatever I want anyway. So it's more like providing me with a jumping off point, and I can decide whether or not I like what it says. And most of the time I change a lot of things, so but I like using it in that way. I think that it kind of provides like it makes it easier for my brain to brainstorm, because I have a really hard time coming up with things. Just like from my own brain, I'm much better at making things fit what I want, or like adjusting things than I do with like fully coming up with an idea. I did this thing once through work called Strengths Finder. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but basically it tells you what your strengths are, and there's very distinct quadrants that these characteristics come from. So I think there's one that's like, I really don't remember what these are, okay, so take this with a grain of salt, but I think one is like operational, one is like analytical. I really don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, so I looked them up because I had no idea what I was talking about, clearly. And they are executing, influencing, relationship building and strategic thinking. And technically, I guess there are 30 strengths, and the test that I took only told us the top 5, our top 5 strengths. And all of mine were in execution and building relationships. So all that to say that I am not an ideas person. And so having Claude kind of like create that jumping off point for me is really helpful, even if I end up, not taking anything that it says. But yeah, let's get into my goals. So let me pull that up here. So what I started out with was, and where I found it, where I found Claude kind of helpful is like to info dump basically everything that I wanted to do and ask it to find any patterns in the things that I wanted to do and kind of like group them together. And so the groups that I saw were to be a better partner. I only have one partner right now, and we've been together more than 15 years and less than 20. We both don't really count like how long it's been, and so that's what I say. He actually tries to do the math, but I say I don't care. And yeah, so we've been together a really long time, and we've both grown and changed and learned throughout the years. And I wouldn't say we're like very different people from when we met, but we're pretty different. And I think that because we've known each other so long, we have kind of like an established way of like interacting with each other. And so back then I had a lot less emotional control. I think I'm a lot better now. But when he and I talk, I find myself getting back into those like old patterns, and so I really want to work on that. I think I have done a lot of work on it, but I want to make it so that he is treated the way he deserves. And so I want to kind of decrease the amount of like frustration I not like push on him, but that he like has to deal with, I guess. He would never say it that way. But yeah, I want to like decrease the frustration that I feel that I share with him, I guess, because like nobody's responsible for our emotions, right? And I just want to be more in control of my emotions around him. And so less frustration, less anger, and more also like embracing the unknown is what I have here, because I struggle with like wanting to be like in control. I am a planner. I like to plan for things, and having the absence of a plan it makes me feel anxious. And so without that, I think it also increases, it has the potential to like increase my frustration. And so I want to work on all of that and become more comfortable with embracing the unknown and being more out of control and not having plans for things. So that's one of the things that I really want to work on. I don't really think that I touched on it too much in these OKRs, which you'll see. But it is something that, is like an overall goal for me, that I've been feeling for the past year, a little bit more. And the other overall goal that I have is to learn more. That's pretty much a constant, which is, another reason why I started this channel. But I want to read more, I want to learn new skills. I, want to finally learn how to embroider after all this time of having the materials for it. I don't know if that's going to happen this quarter, but it is something that I want to do. I also want to take care of myself. I haven't really done the greatest job of that, lately. I guess before I started thinking about it. But, I want to have better sleeping habits. I want to continue to do the exercise that I'm doing. I've started up my PT stuff again, and just on my own, not really going to a therapist, but doing the exercises that I was taught. And I've been stretching more, and I've been biking here or there. I've been doing squats. So I just want to keep up with that. I also want to make sure that I continue to eat the way that I want to eat. So trying to cut out ultra high processed foods, and making sure that I eat pretty consistently throughout the day. And then I also want to manage my energy levels, socially or mentally. I just want to make sure that I'm able to do the things that I want to do without feeling pressure from anything. Unless it's even then, internal pressure, I feel is I want to cut down the pressure I feel just in all aspects of my life. So kind of just managing my energy levels and just making sure that I'm where I want to be. And the last overall goal that I have right now is working toward the community vision that I sort of shared last week. So that means keeping up with this YouTube channel, finally creating that server, and then launching it as well. And then also the same with the website that I want to do too. So those are kind of the themes that both Claude and I saw for kind of the info dump that I gave him. And so from there, we came up with, or I guess I really, Claude came up with something, and I said, that's okay, I'm gonna do this other thing. But this is the objective and the 4 key results that I came up with. So my objective for this quarter is to set the foundation for my creative rhythm. So I really want to make creating, I really want to incorporate it into my life so that it's a constant. And so the way that I think that I will know, I think that I will know how I've accomplished that objective is that 1, I will complete 3 creative projects, whatever those are. I will complete 3 books, the kind that require corresponding notes. So when I'm learning and reading, I take a lot of notes. And so I also want to read, stuff that's not mentally taxing, but I do want to complete 3 books where I have notes for them and I can reference them later. And, writing notes helps you learn. So I want to learn things. And so I want to read books to do that. And the 3rd key result that I have here is to complete the server framework ready for launch. So that means the channel structure, guidelines that I have for the community, kind of a welcome system, stuff like that. I do kind of have a bare bones one that I made in Discord, but I've been thinking a little bit more about it, so I think I'm going to change that. But anyway, so that's a result that I would like to have by the end of this 3 months. And the final one, number 4, is to create a complete sitemap and designed concepts for all main pages of my personal website. So I don't really know what that looks like, which is why it's a key result, but I'm really looking forward to figuring out what that is. So yeah, so that's my objective and my 4 key results. Normally I have 3, but I felt a little ambitious this time, but we'll see where that goes. And so as part of the OKR framework that I use, it includes like a beginning of the week report, and I think I'm going to start incorporating them at the end of my videos. So this week's I will share with you. It starts with the priorities for the week. So my priorities for this week, the week of June 30th, are to start drawing again. I bought Clip Studio Paint. It was on sale finally, and I bought it, and so I'm really looking forward to getting back into drawing and getting back to the project that I have for my friend that I've been working on for like a year now. I don't think it's been that long, but maybe it has. I don't know. Anyway, I really want to finish it and finally give it to him. So hopefully that happens in this 3 months. But this week I do want to open the program and start drawing something, anything. And then I also want to brainstorm what my personal website will look like. So like I said, I'm really looking forward to that. I don't really know what I want in there, but that's what the brainstorm will help me find out. And then I also want to look into Discord alternatives. I've been thinking about like the security of Discord and just overall like how I feel about it. And yeah, I want to look into alternatives that are more secure, make me feel a little bit safer, you know. And then maybe I'll test them out this week depending on how much time I have. And then I also want to publish at least one video, and so hopefully that's this video. And if it doesn't get published, you know, we'll take it as it comes. There's probably a good reason why. So yeah, so that's what the beginning of the week report starts with. It starts with your priorities, and the second part of the report is how confident you are at this moment in time for completing your key results. So my confidence levels are at 50%, which it normally should be at the, or that's suggested. It doesn't, you know, should is whatever. But it's normally suggested that you be 50% confident that you can complete these things. And so that's where we're starting with mine, and I am 50% confident that I can complete these key results. So we'll see what it looks like next week. But that's what it looks like right now. And then another key part of this report is what's coming up in the next 4 weeks. So kind of a look ahead, so that you can see what might impede you. And so my next 4 weeks are that I have an upcoming family trip, which might impede my progress. Hopefully I can still get some reading done, even if I don't, you know, do a video or something like I planned to. And then I also have a Sunday coming up where I have to work, but I think I'll be switching that out with like a day off. So I'll work on Sunday and maybe take like a Tuesday or Wednesday off or something like that. Don't really know yet, but potentially if I decide that I want the hours instead, maybe I won't take the day off, but it is something that is coming up in my next 4 weeks that I have to think about. So, and then the final part of the report are the trackers. And so it's things that you don't want to lose sight of, that aren't really a part of your objective, but that you still want to keep up with, that you still want to track. So my trackers are my social life. I want to make sure that there's a balance for me, that I'm not stressing myself out too much by trying to be too social, and that I'm keeping up with relationships by at least being a little bit social. So right now, I think that I would say my social life is green, as in good. I've started hanging out with a couple people here or there, and that's been really nice. I've missed them. It's been a while since we'd hung out, even though we do text sometimes, but yeah, so I would say it's definitely green right now. I didn't type it in here, but I'll just say them out loud. And my partner, I want to track my relationship with him and just make sure we're doing okay. Right now, I would say that we are yellow, but only because I want to, work on the things that I've talked about. So maybe if I'm feeling like extra good about how I've done with like managing my emotions and all that stuff, it'll be green at some point during this 3 months, but for now it's yellow, but not because we are like fighting or anything like that, just solely like how I feel. And I also want to track my health, physical and mental. I would say that right now my health is yellow. Something that I didn't include in the next 4 weeks that I really need to is a doctor's appointment. I have my like annual physical coming up, so I do have some things that I want to talk to her about. So I will be adding that to the next 4 weeks. But yeah, so I have some things that I want to talk with my doctor about. I'm currently talking with another doctor about some other health issues. So I would say it's yellow, but not red, because I have been doing the stretches. I have been, eating okay. And I have been like exercising. And so, yeah, so I would say that it's yellow, but not red. And then YouTube, I think, is also yellow, is what I would say. I did not post a video last week, and I wanted to, so that's why it's yellow. And yeah, I'm a little bit behind on where I wanted to be for this video. Like, it's currently like, like 11 p.m. on Monday night. And I'm making this video and I have no idea when I'm going to post it, and because I don't know when I'm going to edit it. But hopefully it won't be too big of an editing job, because it never really is, unless I'm putting in like layered sounds, which I'm not doing today. And a lot of the time timestamps take a long time, so I don't think I'm going to do timestamps right away for this video, just so that I can like post it and just have it up and do the thing without being perfect. Which I struggle with, but I want to be better at, so I'm just gonna try to do it, even though it's not the exact way that I want. See, I'm embracing the unknown. Right now, you're watching it in real time. But that's it for today. Let me get off the screen actually. But yeah, so that's it for today. Thanks for being here. As always, I really appreciate you. Even if it's, even if I only get like one view, I appreciate that one view. Like, I've said this before, but these videos are kind of for me. I know that's like a little selfish and, whatever. But it's really nice when something that you just make for yourself is then like shared, and other people, appreciate it. So I think that's really fun, and that's one of the things that I like about posting to YouTube. But yeah, thanks for being here, and hopefully I will see you next week. I have thought, I can't remember if I've said this, so it might not be a secret, but I have thought about posting on Fridays because another part of this OKR framework is to share your wins. It's really important just to feel progress and to keep yourself motivated. And so I have toyed with the idea of creating a video for Fridays, even if it's just like really small, even if I'm just like, hey, like these are the things that I did this week, share yours with me. We'll see if that happens, but maybe this week isn't the right week for that, since the 4th of July, which is a holiday, is on Friday, but we'll see. Thanks for being here, and hopefully, if not Friday, I see you next week. Bye.